That's a little bit about kind of the culture of the park that we have here. Now, our property was donated to us by TVA. When TVA built the lake, or built the dam that created the lake, they bought shoreline property all along the lake. The land that we are on today as Lake Guntersville State Park was after the Native Americans were removed. Families settled this area. It's a very mountainous area, so not really a lot of farming. This was very rough terrain to try and live in. But the Taylors, the Ellenbergs, and the Kings all have namesakes in the park today. We are on top of Taylor Mountain right now. The lodge sits at the summit. We also have a Taylor Mountain Trail. We have Kings Chapel Cemetery here in the park and Kings Chapel Trail. And we have Ellenberg Mountain, which is the next mountain over, and the Tom Bevel Trail completely encompasses that mountain. There is another family that TVA did not purchase land from. They took the land due to back taxes. So we know this is not a farming area, it's mountain country. So what do you think that family might have been doing?
Yeah, you think?
They were bootleggers, the Terrells were bootleggers. And for a long time, I think there was a lot of animosity felt toward TVA, but TVA did bring in electricity to this area. Really until, after the Great Depression, there was no electricity here. So we think about life 100 years ago in urban areas. It's fairly, certainly a lot different than it is today, but here people were still using horse and buggies and outhouses, and there was no electricity. Oil lamps were all that was used. So my grandmother, who grew up in a neighboring county, that was her life growing up. And when TVA brought power to this area, they brought power to all these rural places and jumped them forward so much. And since there wasn't a lot of farming or other sources of income, most people were very pleased with TVA coming in, even though it did mean some land acquisitions. But even today, we have Terrells who are employed at the park, and we do have a Terrell Trail here in the park as well. So it's a great park, and we're very happy for TVA to have donated us the land. That was in 1947, and it was originally Little Mountain State Park. So it became, when we were a much smaller park then, both in area and in the facilities that we had available. But in the 1970s, when we became a resort park, the name also changed to Lake Guntersville State Park, and it is known as the crown jewel of Alabama State Parks.
Yeah, we agree.
I think this view behind me clearly exemplifies that.
Speaks for itself.
So, do you have any questions about the park, the history, the wildlife, or any of the?
I'm good. Fantastic present. And you've done this a lot, right?
I have. I don't usually go quite as in depth as I did this evening.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you
because
so much.
I usually have a lot of antsy kids that are just I want to go out in the woods.
They're kids. Yeah, right.
So
it's fascinating.
Yeah, you did a great job. Thank you. Wow.
Thank you so much.
Love it. We'll come back.